Elephantman Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you can know what new material is coming out. Facebook.com/Elephantman Podcast, IG Elephantman_podcast, Twitter /Poster Boys, and YouTube. Shalom, blessings to everyone. Blessings to everyone. Midday build. Shalom. Stay on Fire Ministries. Blessings to you. Please send me an email. That's so funny too. I'm gonna tell you what's real crazy about this. I just finished listening to your stuff this morning. Well, last night too, but this morning was a blessing. Send me an email. I'm trying to get you so I can get you and wife on the show so I can get y'all testimony. So that was a blessing, man. Brian Dow, shalom, brother. Shalom. Blessings to you. All right, I got my midday. I'm out. So I got my midday thing, my midrash, my midday. I know a lot of folk is going to be recording tonight. So I want to hurry and get on here real quick, just during the midday, drinking my coffee. Boy. So I just want to just share a few things with y'all, right? I'll put my email in there. Y'all can email me. But is there such thing? Question of the day. See, I be trying to have these nice shows too, man. Because you got to have a balance, right? You can't just have rah. You know what I'm saying? But it is Elephantman Podcast, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. So I try to have, you know what I mean? But then it's just stuff just be coming. Shout out to everybody who joined us with that prayer on December the 31st, man. It was powerful. All the Hebrews was in the building, and the strangers that grafted in was in the building. We had a great time. I got a question of the day, but first I'm gonna say shalom to Rachel S. I think you're across the pond, right? Because I already see you on Thoughts Camera Action channel. Let me know if you're across the pond. Shalom for Awakenings. William Smithers, blessings. Shalom family. Nicole Marie, blessings. Shalom to you, family. And there's others. A tidal wave was coming our way. Where you at, in Florida? All right, Rachel S. Yes, across the pond in the UK. My sister, Rachel S. Thank you for joining us all the way from United Kingdom. My question of the day is there such thing, see, look at me, as weaponization of public health? I heard that term today, weaponization of public health. I was like, ooh-wee. Now, you know how we get. Every time we speculate and we see things, every time we say something or think of something or make a comment, it's always a conspiracy theory. Why is everything considered a conspiracy theory? Right? How do we get here? How do we get to where we at, right? You ask yourself that question. How do we get to where we at? Shout out, we praying for a Bills player, Damar Hamlin, said he's in critical condition, at the way he fell. I mean, he took that hit and then seeing the video, the way he fell, very, very interesting. But, and we praying, I hope that he's okay. Why is it a far-fetched idea? Because the first question I asked, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, that's why I waited a couple of days. The first question I asked was it have something to do with asthma? Because some athletes that deal with have asthma, they got their pump, they regulate their breathing. A lot of times they, middle school, high school, then they get in college, and he's a professional athlete, and it has something to do with asthma. Then is this a far-fetched to say, did it have something to do with the jab? Because when you say that, because one brother was like, man, that's a conspiracy theory. I didn't say it did. But to say harm or injury it has nothing to do with the jab at all, is that far-fetched, guys? Is that? And I'm not saying it is. But that's the first thing that come to my mind, right? People think I'll be coming for United States head. I'm not. I'm not coming for United States head. I just think that, right? Don't beat me down like y'all beating Skip Bayless down. They're beating Skip. They putting Skip Bayless through the ringer. I'm just asking questions. We chewing the fat. We chopping it up. I'm also gonna put the link in here too, so you guys can come into the chat. Now I really don't do that because I usually have my guests and everything on there. But if I let y'all in the chat, if I let y'all come in the studio, y'all gotta behave, man. Let's see who else. Ninja Firewolf in the building. Did Karras come on this morning, man? I don't think. Basically, baseball, Little League, when they get hit in the chest. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I understand that. It could be a Jaguar player died 2 or 3 days from head failure. I'm under. Okay, what does it say? Oh man, these chats coming fast. Let me see. I heard you undergirding us in prayer when you unmuted. Hallelujah. Praise Yahushua. Praise Yahushua for sure. I will. Yeah, no Karras this morning. Okay. That's what I thought, man. I was like, man, I'm slipping, but I was up this morning. Oh, shout out to I'm gonna put this in the chat. School of the Hebrews, Omar Tibu, opioid and vaccine. See, I don't like to say that word. Epidemic. I'm gonna put that in the chat. If you haven't seen that yet, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm surprised they ain't snatched it down. I think I'm gonna rip that video. So I'm gonna put that in the chat. And he was talking about this other video called Die Suddenly. I'm not gonna show none of that. I just watched the whole thing this morning. I'm not gonna show none of that. The channel will get probably shut all the way down. But I will put the link in the chat. Now I was watching it this morning, and my internet went totally out. It wasn't, and I'm not even saying that it had something to do with it, but it froze. Mid-sentence, the doctor was talking. It froze, and then it said no signal, no Wi-Fi, no. I said, "Wow!" So I had to restart the whole computer over. I'm like, this is weird. You know what I mean? But then I looked at my phone. My phone had a signal, so I watched Die Suddenly. Yeah. Boy, but I'm gonna tell you like this though. I've watched Die Suddenly. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen it. If not, I'm going to put it in this chat right here. Orlando, man, shalom, man. We be missing each other, man. I gotta get you on board. But is it one of the things that they said in that documentary, Die Suddenly, the weaponization of public health, right? The weaponization of public health. I was like, oh, snap. Now, people are like, how did you get here? Right? These Hebrews is always tripping, always mad, always conspiracy theory. Man, it's been trauma. It's been drama. It's been abuse. It happened in the past, right? From Tuskegee. Oh, let me get my book out right here. Medical Apartheid. This book right here, man, is more than Tuskegee. Okay? A lot of stuff been happening. So they might say, well, Tuskegee was just with the so-called African American, but everybody taking the jab. But then the whole spin on it, that population control. When you got a God complex, when you got more money than you can imagine, and you got a God complex, and you want to be like the Most High. Who said that? Hasatan said that, right? Isaiah 14. I will be like the Most High. Yeah, I will put my throne above his. Yada yada yada. Right? We might read that. I will be like the Most High. But the Most High ain't doing all that, right? So the topic is climate control and all this stuff, but the main thing is the population control, right? And some people say that's a conspiracy theory too, to try to get a hold on the number of people born in the earth, right? So you got to kill off so many people because they're saying we're gonna have these climate control gases. We're gonna have we're not gonna have enough resources. We're not gonna have enough food. We're not have enough water. The first thing is, if we didn't do what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine, better known as colonization. If we didn't do what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine, then we'll be okay. because everybody live in a different part of the world, and everybody got something to bring. This might have some cattle. This might have wheat. They might have fish. They might have gold, and you trade and you barter and you negotiate, right? Import, export, old school, been here since the beginning of times, right? But if you go what's matters, what's George's man, and you want to stay on top of all of the resources and be in control of everything, then and it's, the more people on the planet, the less you can control the narrative, and the less you can control the people. But the Most High ain't killing nobody like that, right? Purposely, that's terrible, right? The Most High is a provider. So that means if we get to 8 billion, 9 billion, 10 billion people, this world, this earth can sustain that many people, right? As we're talking on this live right now, somebody's being born. And as we're talking on this live, somebody is dying, right? So it's a balance. The Most High knows what he's doing. But it's when other people try to be the Most High. It's when other people try to be Abba. Then that's when it's a problem. See? And who is to say, I mean, just like the movie with the Donalds, right? With if y'all seen the he's snapping his fingers. Some people live, some people die. Who is to say who live and who die? Who is the undesirables that need to check out? And who is the people who need to stay and stick around, right? You give these people placebo, sugar water, and you give these people something else. Jab them up, and it's terrible. But on that Die Suddenly documentary, it said weaponization of public health. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Never heard of such a thing. Well, I didn't put it like that. And people don't think that happens, right? And even because a lot of these guys that was whistleblowers on them, they was in the embalmment and the funeral parlor business for years, right? Some 30, 40, 50 years. They're like, yo, we ain't never seen nothing like this. These were some weird clots. And they just start showing up in folk body of recently, within the last 2 years. And we know what's been going on within the last 18 months, 2 years. You know what's been going on, right? And so I was just so amazed with that. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I'm going to read this John 10, and then I'm going to let people come in. Matter of fact, let's do that. Now, if y'all come in here, you got to behave. But everybody on here is cool people, right? So I'm going to put my link in the chat. If you want to come in, you can. All right. So let me present my John 10 scripture. Very, very good. Let's see. John 10, 7 through 10. I don't know if it's showing or not. It is. All right. Then said Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them, right? So we got to make sure we listen to the still small voice of the Most High. We are living in perilous times. We are living in critical times, and it's about to get turned up some more, right? I am the door. By me, if any man enter, he shall be saved, and shall go in and find in and out and find pastures. 10:10. The thief come not, but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. Not just in the great by and by, like they told us when we was in slavery. Like, you know what I mean? What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. Hand over all your stuff, turn the other cheek, and you'll get yours when you get raptured up and go to heaven. No, this abundance, life more abundantly, is meaning now, in this life, and in the life to come, the eternity, right? But we've been beat down so bad, we've been programmed to think, man, I can't wait till the great by and by. You know what I'm saying? If anybody coming to steal, kill, and destroy, they are of their father, the devil. Period. point blank, point blank, point blank. Now, they said over half the people got the jab. If you're on here and you got the jab, I'm not judging you. I'm praying for you, right? Because the Most High got the last say so over all that. But I just, try not to get the booster and all that good stuff.
The Most High got the last say so.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I gotta mute that. See, man, I always be having a lot of stuff going on. All right, so this is another thing too, because those people. Oh, and the guy got up there. Lady got up there. I guess they was whistleblowers. They got up there. They're from the military. They said, "Man, our soldiers, man, after the jab, man, they send me, Rohan, send me. Blessings to you, man. After the jab, man, they soldiers falling out, dying, and everything. You know what I'm saying?" And they said, "We got this report." And the main people, they ain't want to hear the report. Fauci, all of them, they don't want to hear it, right? That they had a main lady from, I think she's from Stanford. We don't want to hear it. It's like, and one dude was like, "Look, I'll give you money. I ain't saying to debate or debunk it. Let's just come to the table and just chop it up about it." They were like, "Nah, we don't want to chop it up about it. We don't want to chop it up about it," right? And then we got churches that's using their sanctuary as a jab juice center, right? Trying to, we going outside the four walls and we gonna, bro, because we don't really trust a lot. We got trust issues because of the different things that happened in the past. But if Bishop and them said, Pastor and them said, Apostle and them said, right? So a place that you trust, then you're more quick, susceptible to roll up your sleeve. And then states like New York and California, right? They was just like, "Yo, it's mandatory or you fired," right? NBA, right? Wiggins, he ain't want, it's mandatory or you fired. So, and I can't sue you. I can't do nothing. I just got to just take it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah. Kata, what's up, man? From Uganda, my brother from Uganda on here. Man, look, we gonna make sure we get some send you some stuff to Uganda too. We support that brother in his orphanage. He got an orphanage over in Uganda. Well, it ain't his orphanage, but I'm see can I get some pictures. I don't want to get off course, but support my brother. I'm gonna put his Cash App and stuff in there too. My man's right here. These are the kids. Uganda. He's logged on right now. My brother Kata. That's a picture of me and him chatting back in the day. And he got wells and he got farm. He got everything. So I will be putting a link into the chat. You know what I mean? They're trying to build this facility right here. Okay. And that's my brother, man, from Uganda, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. I ain't forgot about you. When you hit me up on the email, I'll be busy, man. But when I get the bread, I send what I can, and I will let everybody else know as well. So let's do this. I want to change the scripture because they were the whistleblowers. They was embalming funeral owners and people that was in the medical field. Some of them had their face covered out and their voices like, because they didn't want to be seen. You know what I mean? And I understand that, right? You got some folk out here. They like, look, we for the, you know, we trying to see what's going on with the people no matter what. And other folk was like, they got paid off, right? And they didn't want to lose their, you know, their license and stuff. So they just like, we're gonna follow along. But then, man, you got a bigger problem to worry about with the Most High, if you saying it's all good, knowing that it's all bad. Now, if you don't know, it's different, right? I know some people that with some nurses and stuff that worked at different churches and stuff, you know, and they like, oh yeah, I take it, and you know, they vouching for it because Fauci said it or whatever, and then you know, so it's gonna be. So we praying right now. We praying against the spirit of death because there's gonna be a lot of deaths this year, man. Cat's gonna just be. Oh, and another thing too. When you watch the video, or my wife said this, when people get cardiac arrest, that's how they just fall anyway. But how brother fell, the Bill's brother, how he fell out, that's how they was falling in the video. I was like, what? Again, I'm not saying because of this, you know, and they're gonna come with an explanation. Well, he got hit a certain way, and they threw his rhythm off on his. Okay, that's cool. That might be it. I'm not a medical, professional, but we cannot outrule that. Can we even question it? Can we even question it? Like an hour after it happened, that was one of the first things scrambling in my brain. Crazy, but a lot of them was feeling like, man, we need to take a hold of this, yo. We need to take a hold of this. And they was tripping. And see, that's one thing that's different about Babylon, man. I'm gonna read this. We're gonna pull this up right here. Jeremiah 16:19. O Abba, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things that were to no profit. So one of the cons, that's why we got to pray for everybody, right? Like racial profiling, getting pulled over. I know some people ain't gonna like the show, but racial profiling, getting pulled over, and all that stuff, that don't happen to some people as much. So when we say foul play, yo man, racial profiling, discrimination, racism, people that really don't experience that say, man, y'all just want a handout. Y'all want this. Y'all want this. Reparations, man. Y'all just lazy. Y'all just want a handout. But then give what Ukraine? What was it? 47 billion. Put how much they giving Ukraine. They got a package, that they're about to give Ukraine, and that's cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. Where Ukraine is at was where the old Khazaria was at, the Khazar people. And I think they want to get that back just in case Israel get towed up, occupied Israel get towed up, they can go back home. Come full circle. Was there, got kicked out of there in 1905, went down with Poland and Germany, got into it with the Germans, boom. And then some came to America and some went to occupied Israel. That's a whole other story, a whole other different show. But one kind about privilege is it messes it skews your worldview. You like, if it ain't happening to me and mine, it ain't happening. Ain't nobody getting pulled over, ain't nobody getting racially profiled, ain't nobody getting beat down. All you gotta do is comply, right? Comply, you won't get shot down in the street. But and the police, I fear for my life. Well, shoot, I fear for my life too. You got the state backing you, county backing you. You got that thing on you. You got a taser. You got a bulletproof vest. And you ain't somebody else put shoot. And I'm gonna get put on for headlight. I want to make it home too, right? And then you get off, and unless it's a lot of noise made, that ain't cool. But I'm saying, and that's why people they turn a blind eye and a deaf ear. I'm back to blue. I don't care what they do. No, law enforcement means you got to be a law-abiding citizen as well, in my opinion. I got some friends that's policemen, right? They law-abiding citizens. You got to be a law-abiding citizen if if you're gonna be law enforcement, you're gonna enforce the law, but don't, that's lawlessness. To enforce the law, that's what this country do. Enforce the law, but don't want to live by the law, right? Hold the law over your head, but then don't want to, don't want to live by it. That's lawlessness, right? That's the same thing the law done away with, right? Told us that, but then hold us to their civil law, right? But anyway, I don't want to get off. I digress. So I've read the Jeremiah 16:19 to say this, and we've got to get off in a minute. We have inherited lies. There is benefits to racism, white supremacy. There is benefits to back. This, and the reason I said I back the blue is because it's like this is a kingdom. This is a kingdom, so it's like you protecting me, you protecting my assets, you protecting my kingdom. So I back you. I don't care what you do. I don't care, how they act. Maybe they deserve it. You know what I mean? So you have inherited lies. You know what I mean? You turn your eye to the truth. You've inherited lies. So you believe the system is what I'm getting at. So when they say, hey, take this, you're more susceptible to take it. right? You've you've been lied to as well because that the quote unquote middle class. If you got low class, middle class, and the aristocrat, uh, high class, right? If you move the middle class out the way, then what you got? The have and the have nots. And so the low everybody becomes low class. So if you knock out the middle class, you know what I mean? Businesses, non-essential business. If you knock out the middle class, and then the low class, quote unquote low class, got to depend on the high class, right? We got to go to them for everything, right? We all become consumers. We all become consumers then, right? So that's what we're trying to get to. That as well. So let's see what's going on. Gino Felipe, 29.9 billion. That's how much they gave. They got money. They be printing off money and weapons, right? Man, that's crazy. What Ninja Fire said that Ukraine saying that the United States not doing anything or enough, but they the same ones that said Russia was not attacked and that U.S. were fear mongering found that wired begging. Okay, I can't read, man. I'm sorry, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Amen. For real. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, man. So that's the whole thing with that, man. We have inherited lies. So you're not you're not as you're not as hesitant as somebody who's been used and abused. Now, some of us we sold our soul to the highest bidder. We we sold our soul to the highest bidder, right? As long as we got a steak on our plate, we good, right? You give us a TV show an endorsement, right? And we what 1 year or 2 generations out of poverty, and shoot, I can't lose my endorsements, shoot. So I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna be no whistleblower. I'm gonna do the tap dance. You see what happened when they try to hang that boy, Kyrie? It was like quiet, right? So it's kind of crazy, man. And I'm not dogging them. I'm just saying it just goes to show you how much power them people got. You know what I'm saying? And so they're more susceptible because the system has been good to them, right? Even when they thought it was foul play, look what happened when they thought it was foul play. They was going to uh, the governor's mansion in Michigan, right, with the mask mandates. You gonna tell that you take an AR-15 to the governor's mansion and go home and live to tell about it. You storm the Capitol and go home and live to tell about it. What? Giving people? Oh, he a shaman. He got a special diet. You got to give him certain amount of certain whatever. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. So I say that they're more susceptible. So if you got to put them on game too, like yo, hey, the enemy come to steal, kill, and destroy, straight up and down. Abba Yah, I come that you may have life and that more abundantly. So I got the link in the chat. Anybody want to come in before I get off? And let's read what it said. How many so-called elites took the potion? I see there. You starting stuff, Brian Dow. You starting stuff. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't think they did. They're experimenting on us. I think it's something different in all three of the solutions. That's why one had the booster. Why can't you just take why was the booster only lining up with one of them? If they all three different if they all the same thing. I think because they have some placebos given out too. So when you see the celebrities and stuff, a lot of them they was just, in my opinion, I think they were just getting the jab, and they were the influencers. So we like, oh, Jesse Jackson rolled his sleeve up. I don't want to say no names. Dang, I said his name. This person rolled their sleeve up. Man, Barack Hussein rolled his sleeve up. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to roll mine up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got commercials. And that's why these influencers should not be more influential than the finished work of Yahusha. So I don't think they took it. Cam too. What's going on? You laughing at? That's crazy. But I don't think they took it. I don't think they really took it. You know what I mean? Unless you wanted them out of there, then we're like, man, we don't like him, man. Get this governor this. Get the governor the real juice. See what happened. And then you notice how it was like started in China, what they say. And then, spread in Italy, spread here and there. Then it was like, well, we're gonna go to Africa. Like, what? You finna go to the continent? Why are you going to the continent? It ain't starting over there. We eating fruits and berries. We chilling. You trying to jab us up. We eating fruits and berries. We fine. Running, chilling, smiling, happy. We gonna give y'all the jab because we care about you. Oh, man, what? We at the front of the line all of a sudden. That was a no-no to me. You know what I'm saying? You give me free hamburger coupons and free lottery tickets. I kid you not. If you take the jab, you get a lottery ticket. If you took the jab, you can go into these different places, right? Man, they run a game. You starting. Starting to do the brother cares, man. Yeah, that dude is hilarious, man. I'll be cracking up getting ready in the morning. Okay, Rohan, what you say? Let's see. I do not think the politicians, definitely the CEO of the corporation and the top, like Gates, did not take. Oh, Gates ain't taking it. His people ain't taking it. No, sir. No, sir. He's not taking nothing. I ain't go from doggone computers to medicine. How they trust him all of a sudden to do the medicine? How they trust it? Blessings. Who is this right here? I don't know who this is. You got to put your name in the chat. And that's how I come up. Like the claw and Inspector Gadget, you only see the cat and you only see that little hand. So that's how it is. It's, So say your name. Nicole Marie, shalom. Camp 2 players, shalom. And shalom. Blessings to y'all. We're going to get off here in a minute. I just wanted to, my main question, because I see, my main question is they said weaponization of public health. That is a massive plan. That takes years to roll out. But you heard in that TED Talk, Gates back in 2010, he was talking about it. Right? He was just talking about the outcomes of the Ebola. They had these germ games, like they had the war game, and they playing games with folk live, man. It's my opinion, man. It's my opinion. Again, if you took it, I'm not dogging you. I'm just saying, man, it's wild out here, man. It's wild. So I it's not far-fetched to say in closing, what happened to brother Damar Hamlin is not related to the jab. It's not related. You cannot say that. I know they're gonna say myelitis and all, they got all these medical words and explaining it and everything. I get it. I feel you. And that might be it. I'm not saying it's not. But every time we question and say, hey, do you think the jab is then people, oh no, you're conspiracy theories. Okay, well, it might be. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? See, that whole we ain't like that no more, that happened a long time ago. That's for the birds. We ain't like that no more. They said even the color TV was out when all that happened with MLK. But you see, they put a lot of that stuff in black and white to make you think it happened a long time ago. But the color TV was around. You know what I mean? You do see some shots of MLK in color, but you see him getting dogs sicked on him with water hose and getting slapped upside the head with 2x4s. It'd be black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that happened a long time ago. We ain't like that no more. It's It's like, give me a hug. If you hug a cactus, you're gonna get the same results. You're gonna be hurting. So, you go hug a cactus or a porcupine, you already know what you're gonna get. Don't think you're gonna get a different outcome. All right. Okay, 90% of the NFL got it. I don't know what happened to the other 10. I wonder, did oh, he did? I was looking it up. He took the jab and the booster. Okay. So again, I'm not saying that it's related to it, but it's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. Because the way them folk will fall, maybe when you go to that diesuddenly.info, boy, people would just be standing there and just like how he did. Bam! Fell out. One lady, it was so terrible. One lady was walking to get on the train, or something was up, and she fell in between the cars. I was like, ooh, why would they show that? So mostly the rich have color television in the 60s. Okay, but I'm saying they got footage though. They got what was in the 50s? Color TV was in the 50s? I thought color TV was 62, 63. Maybe color TV was in the 50s. I thought the 50s when they had that little small TV about this side. Everybody crowd around it with a TV dinner when or listen to the radio or whatever. Be like, Howdy Doody coming on. I don't know what was the TV back then in the 50s. Yeah, maybe they did have color TV in the 50s. I don't know. Can you believe Skip Bayless's response? That was interesting. But D. Wimberly, shalom. I think that was an interesting response. One of my friends, Donald Martin, the comedian Donald Martin, said that he wasn't saying what we think he was saying. Read it slow and then read that last line. Basically, he was saying that, man, we was trying to get this playoffs going so we can get this Super Bowl on the way, and now it don't even seem that it's that important. So basically, he was saying y'all not reading Skip right. Basically, Skip was saying that that's irrelevant now. But he could have been like, hey man, I know he hurt, but we need to cart him off because we need to get that money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, perspective. That's what I said on my last show. Perspective. The perspective has really, really, really changed. You're like, oh, okay, Happy New Year, Monday Night Football, all these bowl games coming out, then the Monday Night Football come on. Then that happened. And it's like, yo, we ain't playing the game. We're not snapping the football. Both sides tripping like, yo. And perspective changed when that happened. No man know the day or the hour, man. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, somebody said something about the TV. No, they did not have color TVs in the 50s. I don't know. I thought it was 65 or 63. But I think MLK died in 68 because Malk died in 65. Malk died in 65. MLK died in 68, I believe. And I thought they had TVs in, and they had a lot of footage in color is what I'm trying to get to. So anybody want to come in, you can come in, chew the fat with me. You can stay in the chat too. Chew the fat or stay in the chat. It's all good. Thank y'all for joining me midday, mid-rash, the 60s. Yeah, I think it was 60s, but I don't know when it. Don't have me. You know what? I'm about to look it up. But that died suddenly, man. Hey, I'm just gonna show the. No, I ain't gonna even show the box. I ain't showing none of it. Yeah, MLK was 68, 6 weeks before RFK. RFK got killed by Sirhan, I think in California. But yeah, man, it's my last year in high school. Okay, Auntie, I feel you. That's the string y'all if y'all want to come in. But anyway, we have my internet. Why is it doing that? Can y'all see me? My internet. Type of hit a one if you can still see and hear me. I don't know what happened. Anyway, merch coming up. BitChute, uh, Odyssey. We might have to start moving, man. Start moving our main content to Hebrew Sphere, Hebrew Connect, and Odyssey, just in case they start um, tightening up on the censorship laws. Y'all remember that 1984? I'm gonna get out of here for real, because be chilling. 1984. Okay, cool. I'm glad y'all can hear it. KD, shalom. KD's in the building. Stay on fire. Send me an email, man, because I want to invite you on the show. I want to hear your testimony. Elephantman050 at gmail.com. Elephantman, that's not an 050, that's 050. Sharice Reed in the building. The Claw from Inspector Gadget in the building. Remember, when y'all do it like this, I can't see y'all, but thank y'all for joining. Y'all probably don't remember Inspector Gadget. They never showed the Claw's face. They only showed his little glove and the cat. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna start moving some of our main stuff over there to the other channel. We're gonna keep it up, but I want to it won't just be no crash or burn if they say, oh, that's what I was getting at. I was, before I start reading the chat. 1984, Orson Welles. Was it Orson Welles? Was it to the right person? But anyway, 1984, and one of the things well, I'll get back into that. I remember the Claw. The Claw. What was the cat's name? What was the cat name? I was gonna say something about 1984, but it was about truth, speech, and what his job was. George Orwell. Yeah, I said Orson Welles. Orson Welles is the other guy. George Orwell. Thank you. So in 1984, his job at the news company was to read his news articles, right, and get rid of certain news articles, right, put it down, just to shoot so it could be burned up forever, be lost. And it seems like that's what's going on right now. Pure journalism is out the window. It's only narratives and only things to get your pull on your heartstrings, pull on your mind, will, and emotions. And it's just it ain't true journalism no more, right? It ain't true artistry no more. People are just going for the bag and taking away the creativity, and it's just a different world, right? So I'm saying stay true to yourself, stay true to the Most High, and all that get understanding. Beloved, wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Don't forget, Sunday, we got Gates of Holder, part 3. Part 3. She emailed me like, yo, where's my questions? Yeah. So I always make sure I give my guests their questions, because it ain't, we ain't trying to set nobody up for the okie doke, And then if any question that you don't like on there, you can always say, I've had guests say, hey, I'm not answering questions 4 and 2. Right. No problem. We're chopping it up. The Twilight Zone had a lot of information on what the dark side was doing. Yeah, absolutely. They be cracking it. They be showing us what's going on through their movies, right? I'm at work now, so can't join. But good video, yes. 1984, Orson Welles. I think he did Animal Farm too, with the programming of what to like, what not to like, and animals was good, and the farmer was bad, and then they flipped it out. They flipped it all. They just flipped it on a whole other different level. Yeah. So so she's gonna be coming on. That's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we Stay on Fire Ministries on here. We trying to get him and his wife on. I ain't gonna say I've been binge watching their stuff, but it's been really edifying, brother. You and your wife keep up the good work. I like the genuineness and the rawness, right? So it's authentic. So I appreciate you and your wife, and hopefully you guys will be able to come on. And hopefully some of you guys on this panel will be able to come on too. All right. So it's midday. I'm chopping it up. I'm about to head on out. Elephant Man Podcast Network. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody coming. Rohan coming in. See what I'm saying? Add another 20 minutes to the show. Let's see if we get him in here.
Hey,
Are
can
you
you
in
hear
there?
me?
I can hear you. Are you in the
Oh,
show?
yes, I'm in the show.
Oh, what's going on, brother?
Hey,
Shalom,
hey,
shalom, Sieni.
shalom, Siemi.
Shalom, brother. What's going on, man?
Uh, Nothing much, just same, just studying and then tuning into your podcast. Just I guess get the daily word in.
Yeah, yeah. Amen, amen. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Uh,
Go
and
ahead.
and then of course, yeah, the other assignment is trying to compare the book of Matthew. I think the Most High wanted me to compare the book of Matthew and John with the
Oh,
Bhagavad
okay.
Gita to
Oh, okay.
see the differences. And so, like in the Hindu text, like the Mahabharata is kind of style like Old Testament, because the
Hmm.
Old Testament you got wars, you got people fighting, but in the New Testament, it's all about like the principles of Yahushai.
Yeah.
So Bhagavad Gita is kind of styled to that way. It's more of like the principles or philosophy of Krishna, but I'm trying to compare between the two texts. So
Oh,
it's
wow. Okay. Yeah, let me know what you come up with when you finish looking at both of those. Have you ever seen that Orson Welles 1984?
no. Well, no, I've read Animal Farm though.
Okay. So he did 1984. I did a show on that too, breaking it down too. I'll see if I can find a link to it. But very interesting. His insight was incredible. His insight was incredible. Before, really the state, I think he died in 1948 or around 1948, but it was a lot of stuff that he's seen in journalism, and his foresight is amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So it's good to see you. What's
Y-
going on as far as with your studies, man?
Yeah, taking the exam on January 31st.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a lot of laws and then a lot of legalese, like understanding that legalese language in pharmacy law. So
Oh, that's what you're studying pharmacy law.
yeah, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well,
Yeah,
we might have to get you you gotta be a whistleblower and have to cover your face up. Like,
yeah.
wait a minute, I know who that is. No, I'm just playing.
Uh,
But no, man, but it's not about being whistleblower. It's about doing the right thing, and all that getting good understanding and those who are in place in a position like yourself to be able to help people out. You know what I mean? And so I commend you, and that's my hats out to you for that work. It's all good, man. It's all good.
yeah, there's also a lot of, I think, physicians against the goof juice. So I mean,
Man, a lot of them lost their practices and all of that. You know what I mean? So they
mhm,
just like, I want to say something, but I'm going to be quiet about it. You know what I mean? It's almost like Training Day. I don't know if you've seen the movie Training Day.
mhm.
You seen?
I haven't seen it. I've seen clips of it. I think
Okay.
it just when Denzel Washington was saying, "Hide your smiles, hide your
Oh,
cries." Yeah.
yeah. Well, basically, DJ Washington is supposed to have been an old cop on the force, and then the new guy, the Hawk guy, is supposed to have been a new uh, a rookie. And so, you go through this, the school, you learn all of this stuff. I'm abide by this law, this, that, and the other. So when he getting out here, he's seeing the cops doing all of this crooked stuff, and he was kind of like, man, we're not holding true to what we said that we was going to do or what we was going to be in the academy. And so I guess that's what happens a lot too, because a lot, it's a standard that goes on in the medical field and that they are supposed to abide by and keep. But if somebody else got another different thing, big bank take little bank, or they put their money into it, then it's like, well, man, and you know the difference and you know better, but you can't really say nothing because you're gonna lose your practice, or the top physicians are on board with the drama and the agenda. So I don't know. That's what made me think about that.
Yeah, but yeah, it, I was hesitant, but when I read like the Revelations, it was talking about how cowards will be tossed in the lake of fire.
Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
that convicted me to speak up, and I have just having faith in the Most High. So it's like whenever there's a situation, if excuse my language, but well, I'll say it a different way, but there's a situation where it's like if you do this, then things will go wrong. If you don't do it, things will go wrong, and then that's where I think the faith in the Most High, the middle, the middle of all of that, um, I guess helps.
Mm, man, you're right, man. We just gotta just it said be not weary and well doing. It said be not weary
Yeah,
and well doing. So we don't want to be weary and well doing, man. So man, that's
yeah.
good, man. I'm glad you jumped on here, man. I'm about to go ahead and jump on off, brother. Any last comments, questions, or concerns before we get off?
No, sir. No, no. Like I guess, yeah, no, like concerns. I would say.
Okay. Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. Shalom.
Shalom.
Perfect.